Right, for our keychain cord for the back of our lip balm holder, I thought I would do it in gold just to contrast. I've got quite a bit of aqua now, so I usually double my thread. So let's have a little look. Possibly, there's no sort of scientific way of measuring this, but I think that looks about so. So well, it doesn't need to be huge, and we can always cut it and shorten it. So we double our yarn. Back to using our 3.5 crochet needle. We also have our keychain, our little hook. So if we pop our crochet needle through the loop here and pull our yarn through so it hangs down, and then we're just going to chain as we would do as a foundation chain. So we'll do a few chains, see how long we want it. It's much better to double up because it's much more secure with our yarn. It looks great. So how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6, I think. 5, 6, possibly a bit more. 7, yep, okay. So we'll pull our loop through like so. Right, let's have a look at the back of this. So we'll want our keychain to really be in the middle here. So let's have a think. See, 2, maybe about here. I think that's where I would like it anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'll pop my hook just through one of the spaces here. So we've got a few stitches here between the gold and the aqua, so I'm going to pop because I want my keychain to go over here. So if I pop my hook through there, hook through the loop there and pull it through like so, and then leaving the yarn on the hook, push it through the next hole like that. Pull these 2 bits of yarn through and through the hoop, a little bit like a slip stitch, and pull it tight. Okay, and then I like to tie a knot, a couple of knots, just to secure it. 1, 2. And then we'll sew those in. So if we give that a little tug, it's really tight. It's the best way I've found of securing a keychain. It doesn't, sometimes it can pull and it just looks like a great big gaping hole, but this one's a great way of doing it. So now we're going to secure these ends. Could have actually done with making those ends a little bit longer. So when you do it, if you make sure that when you're doubling your yarn, you give yourself plenty of yarn. And then you can, if you've got any wastage, then fair enough. So we'll just secure these ends in again, down into the, oops, I have to use our little technique again. Pulling through. I think we'll pop that through there as well, a little bit more. Again using our cheeky little technique. So I've left my yarn too short. Hopefully you'll be a lot better than me. Now I'll pull that through. There you go. That's not going to go anywhere, so I'll just chop that off at the end there. We'll do exactly the same with this end, but we'll do it this way. So I think we're going to have to do my cheeky way again. Right, through the various stitches of gold, and then you'll not see it. Pop the end through the yarn needle, like so. Pull it tight. I think I'll need my thimble, I've got sensitive fingertips. That's it. There we go. Right, that is not going anywhere now. Very, very simple. If you can see, that is, I mean, that will hang on any bag or purse and it's not going to pull off at all. So that just leaves now our button. So we have, that's nice and secure. And then we just need to do our button. Right, so I've made my little crochet button. The link to make the crochet button is below, and I'm just going to attach this to our lip balm holder and then we should be finished. So we'll take the lip balm out again. I think, let's actually, I'll just quickly check where we want this to be. So I'm thinking, let's have a look. So we've got our, yeah, so we want it about here. So just in there. Okie dokie. So, yeah, I know where that is. Let's take that out. So, I'll just pop our needle through first of all. So we've got our actual button still connected onto our needle, the yarn, and I'll just keep securing this, so through we go, through the button. It's actually stuffed with sort of craft stuffing used for soft toys and things, so it's quite easy actually to put your needle through. It's not difficult at all. I know some people do tend to use just regular buttons, but I find that on certain projects I like to use a crochet button, just because you can't always get the right colour, and also the right size as well. I mean, this one I made with a 3mm needle. Obviously if you want a bigger button you use a bigger needle and more stitches. Let's secure that a little bit further. Needs to be. So there's no kind of right or wrong way about attaching this. It's generally, as long as you keep the face of the button facing forward, that'd probably be the best way. I'll just use my bit of a softie when it comes to needles, I'm afraid. So I want it to be nice and secure, so I think a few more stitches. Trying to sort of stitch around the sides as well, and then it makes sure that it secures it through the front and back. Yeah, I think I'll have a little bit. I think I'll have a stitch through that bottom bit there, just to make sure. Because you know it's going to have quite a bit of wear and tear, this button, so I do need to make sure it's on as securely as possible. Okay. I'll put another one in this side just to make sure. I like to give it a little wiggle and see how secure it is. I think this will be my last stitch. Never say never. Just double check before we start to secure off. Okay, give it a little tug. Yes, that seems quite secure. So, as you can see at the back, you can hardly see that it's been stitched on because I've been putting the stitches through the gold part. So, the same as we did before, just threading our yarn through just to secure it. I want it to be nice and secure and also invisible, so we can't, there's no telltale signs that we've ever been there. Nearly done. Come on, little fella, that's it. Right, I'm going to snip that off. Yay, all done. Okay, the moment of truth. So we have our lip balm, our cute little button. Make sure it fits over. There we are. So one lip balm cozy with crocheted button. Sorry, I think I was out of camera there. One lip balm cozy with a cute little crocheted button, a little key ring to hold onto a belt or a purse, and you can't really ask for much more. Fantastic. Sells really, really well at craft fairs, I have to say. I used to sell them, I think, for £3.50. Not quite sure how many dollars that would be. Would that be about $6 or $7? I'm not too sure. But if you're selling quite a few, made yourself a nice little bit of pocket money. I'm going to come back and show you some variations, all fairly similar, just to give you some ideas. So I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, so here's a few varieties I've made here. This one's really great for spring. Got lemon and lime with a cute little flower button attached. Again with the same cord. This key ring's slightly larger than the one that I showed you. We have a gorgeous one here. I've made this with a mixture colourway yarn, double knit obviously, and I've put a little bow on the top. That one's really cute. See what lip balm in there, strawberries and cream. Nice. This one here is specifically strawberries and cream. This is for a special friend in New York, actually, I'm going to be sending to. Strawberries and cream lip balm. Her name is Pink Hugs, hence the pinks. I've got one here that's fastened with a little bow. I mean, you don't actually have to put these on. You could make them just as little pots, pot holders, ring holders even. This one here's got a cute little button on, and I've just made this from a single colour yarn. This one here is for chocolate and orange. My daughters call it the honeycomb one. I haven't put a fastening on this one just yet. And finally, my very bright and colourful one with a little flower button on as well. So there you go. If you can see, this one's one of my homemade buttons. You would never get a button of all of these different colours. So some ideas, I hope that's helpful. Please click the like button if you like my tutorial, and also subscribe to my channel if you would like, and you can join me on my Facebook page, and the links are below. So thank you very much. Bye bye.